Welcome back to another episode of the River Rats. Today we're doing our 2024 rod and reel arsenal. We got me, Logan, Wyatt, and no Mac today because he's with his bird. So yeah, hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, hit that like button and comment down below. On to the first rod. The first rod I have today is a Daiwa Rebellion 7.9 medium heavy / heavy fast action paired up with a Daiwa Tatula SV 103 or TW 103. I've got 30-pound braid on here. I'm probably going to be using a leader for most of the time, probably like a 18-pound Sunline leader or something. But I'm going to be using this one for my chicken jigs and my flipping. It's a little longer than I usually use, so we'll see if I like it or not. But yeah, that's the first rod. On to the second one. Now this is my second rod. This is my jig rod, the St. Croix Legend Tournament, 7.1 medium heavy extra fast. I got that paired up with a Corrado K. Yeah, I got 30-pound braid on here. Probably again use a leader like with most of my braid rods for flipping and stuff like that. So, and jigs. So yeah, that's my second rod. On to my third one. So my third rod is a Shimano Intenza 7.4 heavy fast. I got that paired up with a Lew's Mach 2 with again 40, or this one's actually 40 pounds, a little bit more heavier than the other one. So yeah, I'm gonna use this one for frogging for most of the time. So yeah, on to my fourth one. So this rod is a Daiwa Tatula 7.6 medium heavy regular, paired up with a 100 Tatula. Yeah, I'm probably gonna use this for more moving baits like my crankbaits and stuff like that, because it does have a super parabolic bend. But like most people use glass rods for crankbaits, this is still a graphite rod, so I don't know. We're gonna have to see how that works, but I'm excited to use it. On to the next one. So this one is the next rod I got here. Daiwa Tatula jerkbait rod from Sethfire. There's a Sethfire Signature Series jerkbait rod. It is a medium light, so it's a little bit different than what I have used in the past for jerkbaits, but I am excited to use this one. Yeah, 6'9", so it's pretty short. Paired up with a Tatula 80 size. I like that, the smallness to it for jerkbait, so everything just kind of flows a little better and fits more comfortably in my hand. I got it paired up with 10-pound line. I like to use 10-pound line, especially for deeper jerkbaits, so they dive deeper. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. On the next one. Now this one is a Daiwa Tatula multi-purpose 7.3 heavy fast. This one I did use a lot for my swim jigs, and I did use it for flipping at the end of last year a little more. So yeah, paired up with a Daiwa Tatula 103 TW. Yeah, this one I have used, so I can say that this is a good rod and reel, and I do recommend it for your swim jigs and flipping stuff. So this one is my Daiwa Rebellion. I'm using this one for topwater this year. Last year I used this one for my jerk baits, but when I was using it for my jerk baits, especially the Mega Bass Vision 110s, because there's smaller hooks, I did bend out some hooks. So because it is a medium heavy regular. With the reel, this is a Inception from 13 Fishing. It's pretty good. I've had a couple problems with it's not my favorite reel that I got, but it gets the job done. But this year I'm going to be using this one for my top waters. I do have braid on here, 20-pound braid. Our food's here, so quick intermission here between this one. We're going to muck some Chipotle. So, all right, we got our Chipotle here. I got a burrito with white rice, chicken, cheese, lettuce, and queso. Let's get a quick bite here. First bites. And then I got a bowl with white rice, steak, mild tomato, cheese, and lettuce.
Oh my God, there's my tacos right there.
You gotta mix it up first too.
Right there.
Wow. Especially mint. I'd rate mine a
mint.
solid 8 out of 10.
I'm going 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna go 8.7.
All right.
8.74.
Catch you in the next episode of Mukbang.
The next rod after our Chipotle break is the 7.4 Mojo Bass from St. Croix. It's a heavy, fast action paired up with a Shimano XT. I'm going to use this rod for swim baits and, yeah, kind of like my big swim baits like your mag drafts and your stuff like that. This is the one that I've been using this for a couple years now. I really do like it. It's a sweet rod. So I'm pretty excited to, well, use it again. So this one is my Daiwa Tatula 7.3 medium. This one is heavier than my other one, so I'm going to be using this one for more your Ned rigs probably, and maybe if I use a bigger weight on my spin reel for my drop shots. Paired up with a Daiwa Legalis. This is a 3000 size. Same, I got braid to fluorocarbon leader. Yeah, this is only a, I believe, $70, maybe $80 reel, so it's a great reel for the price. I would definitely recommend this if you don't want to break the bank on a more expensive spin reel. So, yeah. On to the next one. A Daiwa Tatula Elite spinning rod. 7.3 medium light fast. I'm using this for drop shots. And yeah, paired up with a Daiwa Tatula 3000 size spinning reel. It is a sweet spinning reel. This is definitely my favorite spinning reel that I have. I definitely recommend it. And then I got a 10-pound white braid to a 10-pound leader, fluorocarbon leader. Yeah, I definitely recommend if you're using the, I recommend braid to a leader on all my spinning reels. So this next rod is going to be my chatterbait rod. It is a 7.4 heavy glass rod, Daiwa Tatula. It's paired up with a Daiwa TW103. I got on 16-pound fluorocarbon on this, and yeah, basically chatterbaits. I've used it a little bit for crankbaits, but I mostly like it for my chatterbaits. This is St. Croix Bass X 7.1 medium fast. I don't really know exactly what I'm using this one for. Probably just like whatever I obviously don't use on the other spin rods. I got a Shimano Sedona 3000 size again. I really like the 3000 size for my spin rods, or yeah, spin reels. Same, got 10-pound braid to a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. And that is pretty much it for mine. We are going to head over to Wyatt next, so stay tuned.
All right, this is my first rod, Daiwa Tatula Elite 7.1 drop shot. This rod I pretty much just strictly use for drop shot stuff. And I have a Shimano Nasky 2500 on this and 10-pound braid to typically a 10-pound fluoro leader. On to the next. The next rod I got here is my St. Croix Bass X. It's a 7.1 medium fast. This rod normally I use for wacky rigs, Ned rigs, little swim baits, stuff like that, just kind of everything. I have a Pfluger President 2500 on this this is just on there right now, I don't know why, but usually this would be the same 10-pound braid to a 10-pound fluoro leader. The next rod I got here is my SLX, Shimano SLX. This is a 7-foot medium light fast. And this rod I use for lighter stuff, light Ned rigs or blade baits or really light drop shots. There's just some, we were messing around the other day going for bluegills, so that's what's on there right now. But this rod has another Shimano Nasky 2500 with 10-pound braid to a 10-pound fluoro leader. This next rod I got here is a 13 Fishing Omen Black Series. It is a 6'9" medium fast. This rod I pretty much just use for like poppers and walking baits, so topwater rod. I have 30-pound Power Pro on there, and the reel is a Abu Garcia Revo SX. Next rod I got here is my St. Croix Avid. This is a 7-foot medium fast with a Shimano SLX 151 on it. This rod mostly is used for a little bit of jerk baits, but I like throwing, it's a graphite rod, but I like throwing shallower crankbaits on it. It just goes nice. And then bigger Nico rigs I'll throw on this too. Next rod I got here is my St. Croix Bass X. This is a 7-1 medium heavy fast. And I have this paired with a Shimano SLX XT, so it's a little bit heavier duty version. This rod I use for kind of like more open water swim jigs and lighter baitcaster stuff, smaller jigs, just stuff like that. Usually I have 17-pound fluoro on this, and yeah, on to the next one. Next rod I got here is my Phoenix M1. This is a 7.4 medium heavy extra fast. This rod pretty much I use for mag drafts and swim baits, and then I do some swim jigs on this rod too. This has a Shimano Corrado K on it, and usually I have like 18 to 20-pound fluoro on this rod. Next rod I got here is my Daiwa Rebellion. I really like this rod. This is one of my favorites. This is a 7.3 medium heavy. I have a Shimano Corrado MGL on this one, and this is pretty much strictly just a jig rod. And I have 20-pound fluoro on this. Why are you staring me down? Next rod I got here is my 13 Fisher Meta. This is like the G-Man rod. This is a 7.3 heavy that I use just for frogging. I have 40-pound braid on this with a Shimano SLX XT.
All right, guys, now we're going to move on to my rod and reels. Starting us off, we got a new rod, Daiwa Tula Elite, the new version of the Elite. It's 7.5 medium heavy fast, Corey Johnston. He says use it for soft stick bait and football jigs. I'll probably use it for dark sleepers and long casting swim jigs and swim baits. And I haven't used this rod yet, so I got to experiment with it more. It's pretty tippy, so we'll see how it is for like moving baits and stuff. It should be okay. But yeah, we'll figure it out. But there it is, Corey Johnston, 7.5 medium heavy fast. And the reel I'll pair up with this was the Tula 100, the new version, 2024 version. So yeah, looking forward to using those. All right, next rod I'll be using is my frog rod. This rod, I got a 7.3 heavy fast carbon fire, paired up with a Shimano SLX XT with 40-pound test on that. I've used this rod and reel setup for like 3 years now for frogs. Pretty junk rod. It just gets the job done. It's a good cheap budget rod. So yeah, that's my frog setup. Moving on to the next one. All right, next rod I'll be talking about is my chatterbait setup. I got a 7.4 heavy modern fast action glass rod. It's Daiwa with the Tula series. I got that paired up with the Tula SV 103 and 17-pound fluoro on this. Love this rod. Used it for a year now. Great chatterbait and spinnerbait rod and reel. And yeah, looking forward to using it again this season. On to the next one. All right, guys, next rod and reel is my chicken jig setup and mag draft setup. I got a St. Croix 7.3 extra fast heavy rod on here. That didn't really make sense, but 7.3 heavy extra fast. Got that paired up with the old Daiwa with the Tula SV and running 20-pound fluoro on that. I haven't really used this for chicken jigs or mag drafts yet. It used to be my swim jig setup, but it's a little too heavy for the swim jig. I'm going to downsize to a more parabolic rod for that. So we're going to try this for chicken jigs, but yeah, looking forward to using it. All right, so next rod, we got my new swim jig setup. Haven't used this rod or reel yet. Actually, I have used the reel, but I haven't used like this one specifically. But it's a 7.3 multi-purpose Brent Ayler rod, just a 7.3 heavy or 7.3 medium heavy fast action. I got that paired up with the same Daiwa Tula 103, running 20-pound fluoro on that. I thought about making the change to braid, back to braid with the lighter rod, but we're going to try fluoro again, see how that goes for us. But yeah, looking forward to using this setup this year, and yeah, should be a killer with swim jigs. Next rod. Now we're going to talk about my favorite rod and reel in my arsenal, which is the 7.2 heavy fast action Zodius paired up with the Lose 100 size speed spool and 7.5 to 1 gear ratio. I haven't said gear ratios for the other ones. I don't know why I said it for this one. Anyways, but yeah, this one is an awesome rod. I've had this rod for like 3 years now and reel, same combo for my jig setup. It's been nothing but amazing. Caught so many big fish on this. As you guys have seen last fall, this is my jig setup in all these videos. And yeah, it's got the carbon monocoque handle. And yeah, just an awesome rod. Super light, just amazing rod. So couldn't be more happier with this setup. Hopefully we'll catch more giants this year on the next rod. All right, so next setup, we got a 7-foot medium fast action glass crankbait rod. This is in the Dial with the Tula series. Had this rod for half a year now. Really do like it. Awesome little crankbait rod. Got that paired with the old Dial with the Tula 100 and 12-pound fluoro on there. And yeah, just overall pretty sweet rod. Haven't used it too much, like I said, but looking forward to using it more this year. So yeah, gonna be using this for like square bills, DT10s, DT8s, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll hopefully perform this well, just as good as it did last year. All right, moving on now. Now we're into spinning rod and reels. This is a brand new setup for this year. I got a Tatula XT $100 reel or $100 rod. Really like it in hand so far. Haven't used it on the water, but looks really slick and just feels great for a $100 reel. Got that paired up with a new Daiwa Exceller, 3000 size. Very interested in this rod, in this reel. It kind of looks like the Daiwa exists, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, hopefully this setup is awesome. And yeah, probably gonna be using it for drop shots, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it performs this year, but really looking forward to using this one. All right, next rod and reel, we got my G Loomis E6X 610 medium extra fast. And yeah, just really interesting rod. It's really tippy. Really good for like a Nico rig kind of. That's what I use it for. So yeah, really looking forward to using this rod and reel again. I've had this for like 3 years. And then I got that paired up with the Shimano Sedona 2500 size. So yeah, had this rod and reel for a long time and really do love it. So yeah, using it probably Nico rigs this year, and yeah, on the next rod, last rod. All right, last rod I got is a 7.3 medium fast action Dial with the Tula drop shot rod. This is a really great drop shot rod and Ned rig rod, as you see what I got tied on right now. Got that paired up with a Dial with the Tula spinning reel, and running 10-pound braid, 10-pound leader on here. And yeah, love this rod. Had this rod for a year now, and it has been flawless. So yeah.
Alright guys, this is going to be my segment of the video. Obviously a change in scenery because I wasn't able to be there. But I'm with Keaton right now, so we're going to have to go through my stuff differently. But obviously, we'll just get right into it. So I got all the rods lined up here. I'll just kind of go through them. So we're going to start with bait casters. I got a 7.2 medium heavy glass Intenza. This is going to be my cranking setup. And I have it paired up with a Daiwa Tatula CT 6.3 to 1, I'm pretty sure. So this is going to be for all my crankbaits, from my square bills to my DTs, my DT14s. I'll be throwing every little crankbait on here just because overall the medium heavy side with the 7.2 I've heard is just really versatile for cranking, and then along with that glass. I'm super excited to try that out. But yeah, so there's a setup for that. I also have that with 12-pound red label on there. So that's that one. Then we'll get to the next one. Alright, so the next setup I'm going to be doing is my jig setup. Currently, I have a temporary rod right now, but this is the rod that I used last year, which was perfectly fine. I have the rod that I have on right now is a Lose Mach 2, which will obviously be replaced. I'm going to end up replacing that with a 7.2 heavy Zodius with those carbon monocoque handles. So I'll be replacing that, and then the reel I have it paired up with, which will definitely be my jig reel, is a 7.2 to 1 SLX XT. Heavy gears, really wrench the fish out of there, and then it'll allow me to set the hook a little harder. And then I have that paired up with 30-pound 131 Suffix, an expensive line, but great for jigs and skipping and all that. So that's my jig setup. Alright, next setup is going to be one of my more expensive ones. I have a Tatula Elite, the newer ones. It is a cranking and blading jig. It's a 7.4 medium heavy glass. This is going to be my chatterbait setup. I'm super excited to use this rod. Never used it, obviously. It's brand new this year, and nobody else has used it from the rats, so I'm super excited to pair it up with some chatterbaits, some jackhammers. I have it also paired up with a Lose speed spool. Just kind of simpler, cheaper reel, but it'll obviously get the job done. I also have that paired up with 17-pound red label. Just great casting distance, and it'll be great chatterbait setup. All right, next setup I got here is my frogging setup. New rod for me this year. I'm using the same reel I used last year, but I have a Tatula XT 7.3 heavy. So it's a very beefy rod. I felt it at the store and really liked it. Thought it'd be great for frogging, so I ended up buying that. And it's a sweet looking rod. And then I also have that paired up with a high gear 8-2 SLX XT. Same reel I used last year from the last video we did last year. But yeah, I also ended up switching to Suffix 832 for all my braided stuff other than the 131 on my jig. So I have Suffix 832 40-pound on here. So that'll be great for frogging and trying to wrench them out of all that garbage. But yep, that's my frogging setup. Alright, so on to my last bait caster setup that I have for the year. This is going to be my swim jig setup. I'm super excited to use this rod as well. It's another Tatula Elite. It's a 7.3 multi-purpose, the same one Katon has for his swim jigs this year. We both got one and we both are going to try it together, so that's super exciting. It's a 7.3 medium heavy, the perfect bend for like a heavier swim jig hook set, and then it's obviously a really cool rod, so super excited to use that. I have that paired up with the same reel I used last year. It's a 7.2 SLX A. I really like this reel a lot, actually. For a cheaper reel, $100 reel, I think it's amazing. It definitely beats the price point for what you get out of it. And then I also have that paired up with 20-pound red label. I'm switching to fluorocarbon. Last year I used 30-pound braid, but I'm obviously going to try fluorocarbon this year because that's what most people do. So that's what I will be doing for my swim jig setup this year. Alright, so I actually lied. I have 2 more baitcaster setups to go, and then I'll be getting on to the spinning setups. But for this setup, this is going to be my flipping setup. I have a 7.1 medium heavy Bass X. This was kind of my moving bait rod last year, but because of like money purposes and all that, and I didn't really have a job at the time, I was kind of limited on how many rods I could buy. But this rod will end up becoming my flipping setup rod. It's a great overall rod. I mean, not my favorite, not the best one. I'd probably be upgrading it this year at some point, but it'll get her done for now. This is my flipping set / Texas rig setup, so there you go. Alright, for my actual last baitcaster, I still have the same rod I used last year. It's a Quantum Octane. It's like a $30 rod. I could care less if I broke it or anything, but it gets the job done. It got the job done last year. I'm still keeping it paired up with that Daiwa Fuego on there, a 7.2. It looks great with the rod. They're both red and black, so I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to be my top water setup for the year. I'm also pairing that up with Suffix 832 30-pound braid. Alright, so now I'm going to get on to my spinning setups. These 2 that I have in my hands haven't really changed much since last year. They're the same rod, same reel, but I have that Lose carbon fire rod from last year. And then I have that paired up with a 3000 size Sedona. Love this setup. I used it so much, and it got everything done. So that's kind of the versatility with spinning for me, is you don't have to break the bank with spinning, in my opinion. It's just, this other one in my other hand, same rod. It's a 7-foot medium. I forgot to say that. But I have a 2500 Daiwa Legalis on here. Same type of deal. Really liked this last year. It got the job done more than good enough. So these are my 2 out of the 3 spinning setups that I have. I'll show you my last one in a sec, but there we go. Alright, for my final setup here, my last spinning one, I'm going to be showing off my drop shot setup. And this is a 7.3 medium Tatula XT. Brand new rod for me this year. Me and Keaton both bought one, and I'm super excited to use it for, again, drop shotting. I also got a brand new reel for it this year. It's a Shimano Nasi. I believe it's a 3000 size. My dog just came in the video. But yeah, so this is a 3,000 size Shimano Nasi. I'm super excited to try it out. Very smooth, very good drag. And then I also am doing the same thing with line. It's going to be high vis, 15-pound Suffix 832, the yellow. So yeah, that'll conclude my segment of the video for all my setups. So yeah, you want me to do an outro?
Thank you, boys, for watching.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the next epi.
Thank you guys for watching.